We'll start today's very joyous celebration with a special blessing of this land, and I ask Mr. Robles to come to the stage, please.
Hey, miyuya mataksam. Good morning, and kind of reminds me of graduation, you know, when you're sitting out in that baking sun. Some vitamin D, come on, it's your last chance before winter. Good morning, and welcome, President Conley, guests, students, faculties. My name is Luis Paul Robles, a junior. I'm a member of the Juaneño Band of Mission Indians, the Native Peoples of Orange County. Also a graduate of the McIntosh School of Humanities here at Cal State Long Beach. And currently I serve as the chairperson of the NAGPRA committee here at Cal State Long Beach, also known as Cal State Puvungna. And Puvungna was this village site, the native village site that stood here on this campus. There was a beautiful free-flowing spring, which is where the Rancho Los Alamitos Ranch House is now. And for generations, this was a huge population center. When the Spanish arrived, they found hundreds of our tribal members living in this area in village sites. The name Puvungna means the place where people gather. So what we're doing today, this morning, has been what our tribal members have been doing for generations. Fall is a really exciting time. It's a transitional time. Seasons are changing. So what we're celebrating here is this Peterson Hall, which has served us well. Now going to become, I love the name of the Student Success Center, because the minute they walk through the door, that's telling them what they're there for. And so we're celebrating this this exciting time of change and transition, and I'm honored to offer a song, and this song has a really interesting history. Just after the turn of the century, the Smithsonian began to realize that there were languages, native languages throughout the country that were starting to disappear, and that they were finding that native speakers were becoming fewer and fewer. So they sent an ethnographer around 1920, and he traveled throughout California in a Model T, and he recorded these songs and languages, and he has over 13,000 recordings of these that were on wax cylinders. And in the 90s, we were contacted by the Smithsonian, our tribe was, and they said, did you know that we have these wax cylinders in our basement that are of your songs and stories? And we had no idea. We knew that he had traveled through San Juan Capistrano, where my family comes from, but we had no idea these existed. So we were able to go to the Smithsonian and actually put one on and hear stories and songs from ancestors who had already left us. And so this was a song that was sung by a woman named Anastasia Mahel. She was born in San Juan Capistrano in the late 1700s. She lived until the 1800s. And when Harrington came through the area, he recorded this song with her. And it's her song, her Mockingbird song, Greeting the Day. And so through modern technology, this ancestor of mine who had been long in the stars came back and taught us this song. And so for Anastasia and for all of you here, and for the Success Center, I offer this song. Earlier this morning, you might have noticed I did sage down the area. The sage it cleanses the area of all negativity. I know some of you picked it up. I was doing it discreetly over here, but the sage travels and it carries all of our good thoughts up into the sky. And after I sing the song, I'll be spreading some medicine there, some tobacco and some California sage. So that'll be in the first scoops of earth that are turned here. And I promise you that when this project is completed, I will be here to celebrate the doors opening. So from Anastasia to all of us here. Nonka nonka na kowe, nonka nonka na kowe, nonka nonka na kowe. Yamai mo mukamole wem takawem achatere lano mona aquatere lano se nonka nonka no kowe Yamai mo mukamole wem takawem achatere lano se Aquatere lano se a e nonka nonka no koe yamai mo bokamole weyam taka weyam. Ompaluf, thank you.
Look at you spring from and just a small memento.
Oh,
So you'll remember this moment. As
thank
we
you
will.
very much.
Thank you. We have such an advantage as such a multicultural and multi-generational university. This is a fabulous way to celebrate a very important opening. So thanks again for everybody to be here. I know we have representatives of our student body. Students, you want to wave? Where are the students? Great. This is all about you. Representatives from our faculty, wave. There you are. Okay. And certainly from our administrative group and our staff who actually make everything happen. We're really celebrating, a dream. And so a special welcome to the Dowell family who are here in the front. And I'll talk about that. And of course, we'll be talking, we'll have a Murphy family rep here talking in a moment. So the building, that's about to happen. I mean, the building will be here, but it'll be entirely changed inside. And it was entirely designed through knowing and researching best known practices in promoting student welfare and student success. So this is both a celebration of a beginning and in some ways a celebration of an end. I think the beginning is obvious. We'll be turning Earth over to mark it. But the end, and it's always dangerous to say end at a university, but this is the end, sort of, or at least a pause in a huge planning process that certainly started before 2014, because everybody was talking about it when I got here in 2014. In fact, they talked about it almost every executive meeting. So it was an almost weekly topic. Its special advocate, of course, was Provost David Dowell, then Provost, who was passionately committed to finding every avenue to help every student at Cal State Long Beach to success. In fact, his target date was to have this ceremony in 2016. And he would challenge the group regularly to do the heavy lifting. And it was like, it was always this, do it, heavy lifting to get this done. So Dave, I'm sorry that it took us a little longer, but I'm glad we have Nancy, Maria, and Laura here to celebrate the moment. Dave had great partners in making this happen, make the dream come true. Certainly Vice President Mary Stevens and Vice President Carmen Taylor, who will speak to you in a moment. They all worked tirelessly to get the money, design the building, figure out the right mix of services, and on and on. So although the exterior of this building it'll look better, but the interior will be completely 21st century equipped and designed for our students. And of course, we're doing that in part because of our commitment to sustainability, to reduce construction waste. And the building will embrace the vision of giving our students a one-stop place to access all the assistance they need for success. Of course, as with anything important that we accomplish, we need partners who believe in what we do. Now I'll ask Vice President Carmen Taylor, to introduce Mr. Bob Murphy, who is such a partner. He and his family's confidence in us will enable us to offer even better success opportunities for students who arrived with some special challenges, special abilities, and different ways of learning and doing. Thank you very much, Vice President Taylor.
Thank you, President Connolly, for the introduction. And I will be brief, but I have a few important things to say. So again, good morning. I am Carmen Taylor, Vice President for Student Affairs here at the Beach. I am honored to stand here today. The breaking ground ceremony of our Student Success Center is truly a historical moment here at the Beach. One that demonstrates our commitment to our students and the future of our university. Across the country, Student Success Centers help to increase graduation rates and student satisfaction on campus. As each of you here know, you cannot prepare for the future without a vision. And we are here today due to the vision of three exceptional people. First, our retired provost, the late Dave Dow. Provost Dow saw the potential of a Student Success Center on our campus and immediately invited me as a new colleague on the team to be a part of his vision to elevate our commitment to better serve our students. Those of us who knew him and worked with him knew that Dave had a love for data, and the research demonstrates that Student Success Centers assist in decreasing time in graduation and increasing the ability of faculty and staff to support our students. Armed with that knowledge, Dave forged ahead, as you heard President Connolly state, and asked us all to do the heavy lifting. So we're grateful for Dave Dow today. Second, President Connolly, she has demonstrated her commitment to the Student Success Center, faculty, and staff on countless occasions and countless ways. And she continues to do so each and every day. With her leadership, her vision shines through, and her support for this project has been unwavering from the beginnings. Third, Mr. Bob Murphy and his family have maintained an amazing vision for this campus, more specifically for disabled student services. They have established a vision for the future that includes a new and improved operation for disabled students. A vision that would reflect the spirit and determination of its students, and one that would better serve the growing needs of our student population. A little bit about Bob. Bob is the president and CEO of Harborage Continental Corporation. He is also an alumnus, having earned his bachelor's degree in 1962 in psychology here at the Beach. He served for 35 years at Rockwell International in a number of capacities, including as a senior vice president, corporate officer, and as a member of the corporation's senior management committee. Bob's ties to our campus run deep, including his service as a current director of the CSULB 49er Foundation Board, past member of the Board of Governors, and he was honored as the 1992 Distinguished Alumnus, College of Social and Behavioral Sciences. In addition, Bob's ties to our community and civic engagement are just as impressive. He has served on the national boards of the National Urban League and Council of La Raza, and has been the past chair of the LA Juvenile Diabetes Foundation and founding director and board member of the Long Beach Community Partnership. Bob has been an amazing partner to the university and the Division of Student Affairs, particularly Disabled Student Services. Most recently, he has given gifts to fund our program, Mentoring Accessible Pathways to College, which pairs students with disabilities from Long Beach Jordan High School with students with disabilities mentors from our campus. Bob's vision is matched only by his spirit of giving. He shares this spirit with his family, the Murphy Trust, and many of whom are here with us today. Welcome, Murphy family. At lunch just a few weeks ago, Bob shared with me that when he was 12 years old, his mother took him to the Veterans Hospital. At the end of the visit, Bob's mother turned to him and said, "I always want you to remember this experience, and when you want to complain, think about those who are less fortunate than you." Bob has never forgotten what his mother told him, and he lives that spirit of generosity and giving every day. I believe that is why Bob has made one of the largest donations ever given to the Student Affairs Division on our campus of $1.5 million. Thanks, Bob. Bob, we are blessed by your generosity, your spirit, and blessed by your vision for the future of disabled students. Your work with Dave Sanfilippo, our Director of Disabled Student Services, a man who also shares your vision, is appreciated. So please, will you all join me in welcoming and honoring an alumnus, a visionary, and most importantly, a friend of the beach, Mr. Bob Murphy.
Thank you, Carmen. That was a really nice introduction. Excuse me. I bring good news to you, and that good news is that I've cut my comments in half because all of you are burning up, and I know that. I might add Carmen's nice comment about my family. I also wanted to point out that all four of them, including myself, who are here today, are all alumni of this wonderful university. And so you hear a lot of Go Beach out there in our family. Back in the 50s, when I was here, I vaguely remember wandering through this building. And to this day, I don't know why. But at that time of my life, you know, there was a lot of not knowing why. You've been there, I'm sure you know. My family and I are just obviously very proud to be associated with this building project. For us, the Student Success Center is a testament that this university cares. This university cares. It cares what all students, no matter what physical, no matter what mental, financial challenges they might have, they have access to whatever help they need to be successful. Finally, as our family sees it, there are many things that go into this, particularly the Student Access Center, which is a part of the major part of the Student Success Center. But I also see it as a tribute to its founder and director, Dave Sanfilippo. Dave has led this organization for 35 years, founded it and led it. And over that time, over 30,000 students with disabilities have received assistance. Bless him. Bless him. So, keeping with my promise to keep it short, I wish you all the very best. Thank you very much, and I'll look forward to seeing you about a year from now. I hope. Thank you.
So in closing, let me again thank our vice presidents who kept the stream alive, and especially our provost, Brian Jersky, who embraced the vision entirely. I'm pointing and then I lost. Oh, there he is. Yeah, there he is over there. Who embraced the vision entirely and really helped move the team forward. And of course, to all of our PPFM, our facilities planning, management team that, you know, I'm always saying do it faster, do it cheaper. You know, they're sick of my saying it, but look, they bring the vision to life by the work that they do. So Mark, especially, and all your colleagues here, special thanks to bring the dream forward. And of course, behind the scenes, there's always people who actually make these things happen. Cynthia Shira and Jennifer Wright, they're keeping everything going that you see happen here. And finally, if Jennifer would bring one up, we wanted to leave both the Murphy family and the Dow family a special token. So this is a framed rendering of what will happen. You're blinded, you can't see, but we'll give people in the shade maybe can see. So we'd like you, Nancy, Maria, and Lori, and you, Bob, and your family to have one of these as a memory. So thanks again. Come back in about a year and go Beach.
Bob, you want to do the ceremonial dig? The first dig?
Here I am. I'm like, are we supposed to shovel? Wait. Yeah, we need to do a little bit of practice.